I'll be starting our presentation with a brief introduction to Nike, one of the most recognized and influential brands in the global sportswear industry. Nike was originally founded in 1964 under the name Blue Ribbon Sports and later renamed Nike Incorporated in 1971. The company is headquartered in Beaverton, Oregon, USA and has since grown to become the world's largest supplier of athletic shoes and apparel. Nike's products are sold in over 190 countries, and the brand is especially known for its innovation in both sportswear design and marketing strategies. In addition to its strong consumer appeal, Nike also sponsors top athletes and professional sports teams worldwide, reinforcing its presence in the global sports community. The company operates more than 100 retail stores globally and employs over 70,000 people, showing its significant global impact not just in sales but also in employment and brand influence. This introduction sets the stage for our deeper analysis into how Nike implements its strategies, which we explore in the next part of the presentation.
Okay, firstly, I will explain about the environmental sustainability. So, I will deep dive on the Nike research. They will have 3 points. Firstly, zero initiative. And the second is circular economic integration. And the third point is innovation breakthrough. So, the zero initiative is Nike have do extreme climate action, which is they do two action. First action, they do carbon neutrality target. Nike aim to cut carbon emission by 65% by 2013 and achieve net zero carbon emission by 2050. And the second action, Nike has do water stewardship. Nike have reduced water uses in textile dyeing by 20% since 2015 through the innovative dyeing technique. And the second point is circular economic integration. The Nike have two action. First action is Nike have do program, refurbish program. This mean Nike have restore return shoe to the like new condition for the resale. And the second action is Space Hippie collection. They made from space junk and the factory flow scrap and recycle material. And the last point is innovation breakthrough. The same two action. The first action is a manufacturing innovation, which is mean new form technology that reduce carbon footprint by 75%. And the last action is waterless dyeing. Color dry technology eliminates water used in dyeing process entirely. Okay, the second slide is about community impact. There is multi-dimensional approach. There is have 3 points. The first point is your sport development, and the second point is educational partnership, and the last point is health and wellness initiative. For the first point about the your sport development is about Nike Community Ambassador Program. They do training local coach in underserved community. And the second action for the Nike is Play Street. They converting street into temporary planned space in urban areas like recreation facilities. And the second point is about educational partnership. First action is about they do sport for development program. Sport as a education, particularly for girls in developing country, and they do STEM education. Firstly, science, technology, engineering, arts, and maths program integrated with sport. And the last point is about health and wellness initiative. This also have two actions, which is community fitness and mental health awareness. For the community fitness, they do free fitness classes and training in partnership with local organizations. They do this to help the community to be more health and wellness initiative. And the mental health awareness is using sport and physical activity to address mental health challenge. This program is very useful when when they have community to join because they want. And the last slide for me to explain is about labor and supply chain, which is they do comprehensive framework. This also have 3 points. First point is about worker empowerment program, and the second point is supply chain governance, and the last point is woman empowerment focus. So we will deep dive on the first point is about worker empowerment program. First action is worker voice initiative. When I see worker voice initiative, they do any anonymous feedback system allowing to worker to report concern directly because this is so important. Why when the worker to give feedback, then their boss is not know who are give the feedback. And the second action is skill development. They do technical training program which is reaching 50,000 workers annually. And the second point is supply chain governance. First action, they do sustainable manufacturing and sourcing index, which is stand for SMSI. This mean rating system for supply based on environmental and social performance. And the second action is living wage investment. They do many pilot program in key market like Indonesia, Vietnam to outreach standard. Why they do this? Because they want the labor feel like it's important to give work, and this is some ways. And the last point is about women. When I see women, Nike have two initiative to women empowerment focus. They do firstly Here Time initiative, and second is health and wellness. For the Here Time initiative, they do program which is addressing workplace harassment and promoting women leadership. This first point is very important to women because nowadays we know harassment have many in place, so Nike have to improvement to their workers and promoting women leadership. And the second point is about health and wellness. Women's specific health program including reproductive health and education. This mean women specific which in health program including reproductive health education.
Nike environmental impact become increasingly problematic as the company grew larger. Their factories generate significant waste during the production of shoes and clothing, while shipping product globally burn massive amount of fuel and create pollutions. The company began recognizing that their traditional manufacturing methods were damaging the planet at an astronomical rate. Nike leadership acknowledged that more customers were becoming environmental cautious and asking tough questions about corporate responsibility. As environmental group began publicity criticizing the company practice, Nike realized they need to fundamentally change their approach to manufacturing and business operations. Nike faced a major crisis when news reports exposed the terrible working conditions in factories manufacturing their products. These factories were found to be using child workers for all the jobs, paying extremely low wage and maintaining poor working environment. The company leadership came to a critical realization about their responsibility in the supply chain. They acknowledged that even though Nike didn't directly operate these factories, they could not simply ignore what was happening in facilities that produce their product. Company executives recognizing that paying other companies to manufacture goods didn't absolve them of responsibility, and they need to actively monitor and ensure ethical practice in every factory that make Nike product. Nike traditional marketing approach centered on high-profile sponsorship deals with superstar athletes like Michael Jordan and Tiger Woods, investing millions in big flashy campaigns that capture global attentions. While this strategy successfully built brand recognition and drew praise for supporting elite performance, it also attracted criticism for neglecting grassroots communities where many young people lack access to basic sports facilities. However, company leader began recognizing maintain that sustainable growth require a fundamental shift in perspective. They understood that focusing solely on the top 1% of athletes mean missing opportunity to build meaningful relationship with everyday consumer who form foundation of their markets. By investing in community sport program and making athlete more accessibility to all children, Nike could not only create future customer but also contribute to solving broader social issues like young engagement and confidence building.
So next is mutual benefits of Nike's CSR to business and society. So the first one is environmental sustainability. So a win for the planet and business. So Nike's Move to Zero initiative aims to reduce carbon emission and waste while promoting renewable energy. So for society, this means cleaner air, less pollution, and more sustainable products. For Nike, these efforts cuts costs through energy efficient, attract a conscious customer, and help the company avoid future environmental regulation. So programs like Nike Refurbish and Space Hippie also encourage a circular economy, reducing waste while creating new revenue streams. The next one is ethical labor practices. So a better life, stronger business. Nike has improved working conditions in its supply chains through fair wages, worker training, and women's empowerment programs. So society benefits from safer jobs, gender equality, and economic stability for factory workers. Meanwhile, Nike gains higher quality production, fewer labor scandals, and a stronger reputation. Ethical factories mean fewer disruption, better employee morale, and greater trust from consumer and investors. The next one is community engagement. Stronger societies, stronger brands. Nike's youth sport program, fitness initiative, and local hiring efforts help communities stay active, educated, and economically stable. So in return, Nike builds brand loyalty among young athletes, gains positive media coverage, and creates future customers. Supporting local economies, also ensuring stable manufacturing hubs, reducing business risk.
Now, we can conclude that Nike's comprehensive CSR strategy demonstrates that sustainability, ethical labor, and community empowerment are not just social obligations, but key drivers of long-term business success. By aligning its values with impactful initiatives like Move to Zero, worker empowerment, and youth development programs, Nike strengthens its global brand reputation, builds deeper customer loyalty, and contributes meaningfully to a more equitable and sustainable world. That's all from us. Thank you. In addition to its strong consumer appeal, Nike also sponsors top athletes and professional sports teams worldwide, reinforcing its presence in the global sports community. The company operates more than 100 retail stores globally and employs over 70,000 people, showing its significant global impact not just in sales, but also in employment and brand influence. This introduction sets the stage for our deeper analysis into how Nike implements its strategies, which we explore in the next part of the presentation.